Hello, hello, hello. This is another episode of the Mental Threads podcast. I'm here with my guest here, Koji.
Hey everybody.
Yes, Koji. And what is it? Can you explain what what the words mean? What's the word?
Yeah.
The letters.
Well, yeah, so basically the C stands for center, O stands for of, J is the beginning of my first name, and I stands for intellect. So center of J's intellect.
So center of J's intellect.
Yeah.
That is cool. That all right. So it's just like a little what's that term? Antonym? Not an antonym.
Yeah. Well,
Anagram.
yeah, yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. All right, that's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. Center of Jay's intellect. All right, cool. That's some dope stuff. Now, for all of y'all who are listening, you probably know this, but this is the 150th episode. I wish I'd probably give a prize out or do something like that.
Yeah.
That would have been dope. Who knows? Maybe I can compensate you next year sometime when I'm looking a little bit better. But yeah, this is pretty much the last episode of the second season of the Mental Threads podcast. I would have never made it without all the people who decided to hop on and take time of their day, like Koji right here and everything. So I really do appreciate you, Koji. It was really like a Hail Mary to try to find another episode to record and stuff of that nature and get done. So you're the third episode I recorded today, and you're now the last episode for the season. So losing my mind out here, man. No, seriously.
Yeah.
That's enough about the podcast. Back on to you. Now, I was listening to your project, your project here. How do I say? I'm on a whole different page. Your project, forget Ambient Destruction mixtape.
Yeah.
I had to go back because I was like, I don't want to say ambience or just pronounce it right. Yeah,
No,
Ambient
good.
Destruction mixtape. No, seriously, there's so many songs I can say. Okay, that's my favorite song. Oh, no, that's my favorite song. No, this one, that is my favorite song. And it's just hard. I wish the beginning of Blame Game. I really like 321-803. And we're really locked in for this is Let Them Know. The first song on this tape, because the Epic the Dawn thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know it's gonna be a banger. Like as soon as I heard it's different, banger. All right, I knew it. Is there a reason why you chose the Epic the Dawn for your first song? And what other producers did you utilize in regards for this project?
Gotcha. Yeah, so Epic the Don, I've been using him for quite a few, even for my singles. I realized that I have that type of album type of feel. Even though I call this a mixtape, I still treated it, like a album. And Epic the Don, he's just hits it on the mark, and it's such a diverse of his sounds that I can work with. Some of the others that I used was DNA, said did it. I used about 4 or 5 others. I basically just wanted to hear what could work for the project, and I just made it work. So I'm actually happy that it came out the way that it actually did. So yeah, I don't pick and choose, but yeah, Epic the Don usually has what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no, seriously, he's crazy. Like the stuff that he be dropping is so insane. And I follow so many different producers, but that Bandemic beat tape, the one that's free for profit, I'm really hoping that not many artists have used because I definitely want to use it. I know like I'm using the same beat tape. Like, oh dang. Two beats I feel that are really stand out for me are the ones that's Boondocks and everything, Boondocks 1 and Boondocks 3 and everything. Yeah, I'd be rocking my head to that one and everything. It's just like he just says the way how his beats are set up, it already has you painting a picture already.
Exactly. Yeah. I actually have a couple of his tracks as a playlist. So I actually just ride around and just listen to just his beats, and I just go into a whole like that's actually how I write. I listen to it and then I write. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Like for me, I just be listening to beats over and over and over and over again. Sometimes like it'll be Jay Dilla beats just to pop on me if I'm just writing in my rap book, just to really just kind of like get the whole creative juices kind of pushing. Everything. That's what really got me off the ground this year with my 7th rap book, which I finished gladly. I be filling up like composition books, like when I be doing it, but sometimes I don't be remembering it. It's just something to kind of keep in mind. It's a good stress reliever.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm on my 8th one that I've been kind of slacking lately, but it's like definitely want to get back on that horse for this new year and
Yeah.
everything. Just drop a little 4 pages every day and everything if I can, and then it's just
Yep.
like 50 days, it's already filled up. So it's just like,
Exactly.
it's just a work in progress and everything. So it's just like once I already heard that the whole Epic to the Dawn, it's different. Tagline
Mhm.
came up. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is definitely going to be a banger. I know I said that several times, but it's just like it's just because it always showcased that we got the same taste of beats and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
for sure. And it's just like that's really good. That's what inspires you is like Epic the Dawn and stuff. Like, are there any other producers for sure that you got in mind that you be writing to or that inspires you or that just you just can't get out your head?
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. He actually gets my creative juices going, and then I hate to kind of put everybody else on the spot, but actually I look for other people's music, so I'm not just using just his.
Mm-hmm.
Just to add a little bit of diversity to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. One of the people I know off well, I don't know him personally. One of the producers I feel like on YouTube that I feel like created a great platform for themselves is Secret Stash. I don't know if you heard of Secret Stash. Have you heard of Secret Stash?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, man, it's just like because it's just like it's so trans, like with the way how he like layers the beat and everything, it just puts you in a whole different trance and everything. And Blue Magic Company, like yeah, Blue Magic, I don't know, like they'd be the ones that be having like the whole cartoons going on in the background,
Yeah.
with the
Um,
and
I
everything.
also used to listen to Mub Music. I don't know if you ever heard of him before.
Oh, definitely
Um,
put me on. Let's put each other on, man. But I
yeah,
don't know.
he has more of that tropical type of club type of beat where it's really light. Like it's a really colorful beat. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think it's either Mubs got music, but it's spelled Mubz. Mubs.
Oh, Mubs. Okay, all right. I'll definitely see if I can check him out. If you can probably send me his YouTube, I'll definitely like to do that. I'll definitely like to send you some people. Like this is new guy I pretty much hopped onto. He has a whole lot of free for profit beat packs and everything called Discino. And I'm not sure if you heard. Have you heard of Discino?
I don't think I have, no.
Okay, well, yeah, he's definitely someone that you should check out and everything. It's just like he a lot of his stuff have tags on it, for like the
Yeah.
beat packs altogether. But it's like it still sounds pretty well. Definitely something you want to invest your money in, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just like just going through like different producers, man. I just realized like that's how you know you're a rapper and everything.
Exactly.
When you go into your YouTube and it's just like
Follow one person and I realized that they know the last person that I just followed. So yeah, it's a tight little network. Yeah.
yeah, tight little network, but just like going through your playlist and everything, you realize like you have like hundreds of thousands of beats
Yeah.
and beats back, and it's just like wow, when does it end? It's like it really is kind of endless, just because you realize like how many years you put into it. Like oh wow, like I really really have my mindset
Yeah.
on this and
Yeah.
stuff of that nature. Um, but going into your background and everything, so where are you from or where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so I'm from Florida. Grew up here till age 8. Um, kind of grew up, in what they want to call it, the hood here. I was off of university. Had a lot of fights here and there, but I ended up moving out to South Carolina,
Mm.
where I was jumping from place to place. Basically, I guess we were trying to find a good spot to actually live. So yeah, I've touched Darlington, South Carolina, Lake City, Lynchburg, Mount Pleasant, Columbia, Spartanburg. I did I say Charleston already? No, Charleston. But I grew up in Sumter County. That was basically where everything kind of happened for me as far as going to like high school and stuff. Um, so that's when I started really becoming more of a artist. I like to call myself because I was writing when I was younger, but I didn't really put music with it until I got into high school. And that's actually when I actually started being a part of the band because I had tried football out. The grass there, it had fire ants in it, and I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried for track, and I moved schools in the middle of track. So I'm like, okay, let me just find something that I could do. So band was something that I could do like no matter what, you know. I didn't have to fill in. They, you know, you just go in and you're just there. So in my sophomore year is when I actually started getting really serious. I was on the bass drum, and then they graduated me to snare drum in my junior year, which that's a pretty good feat because from what I was hearing, I shouldn't have even been on the snare line unless I had been doing band for like 4 years. But everyone on my dad's side are musicians. My dad, he's a organist. My uncle, who actually still plays for the Temptations, he's a lead guitarist, and I have a whole handful of cousins that play different instruments, and they actually like lead in their bands. So I guess it was only right, you know, for me to go ahead and join in. So yeah, so I was on the snare line up until, of course, I graduated, and then after that, I'm like, okay, so what can I do now? So I started playing drums on the actual drum set professionally for about 3 to 4 years. But it just wasn't bringing in enough. So I was like, let me just go back to work, you know what I'm saying, and just make sure that everything's, you know, taken care of. Um, yeah, and then I ended up running into my manager, which I didn't know he was even into music like that. I had met him while I was working part-time at this restaurant called Chart House. I don't know if you ever heard of that place or not. Um, it's a spelled Charter House, but we call it Chart House. Basically, I met him there while I was setting up the salad bar, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Yo," he was like, "Do you like music?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "No, do you write music? Are you into music?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he was like, "Let me hear what you have." Little did I know he was setting me up so I can be under his label, which he's actually starting now. He's getting ready to call it Mazur label. He's working on that now. But yeah, he's been schooling me on what I should say, how I should sound, and basically just told me to just be me. His actual @ on IG is John G. So he's not too hard to find. But yeah, so I started my first real single, I think in like 20 was that like 2013 or so, where I dropped shoot, I forgot the name of my first song. Oh yeah, Don't Know. That's on SoundCloud. By the way, if you want to follow my SoundCloud, I'm called the same thing there. You can follow me at COJI. I should pop up very easily, or you could type me into Google, type in COJI space SoundCloud. I'll pop up easy.
You just send me the link, dude.
I can do that too. Exactly. I got you. So
that's wonderful. So like, you're basically a part of your friend's label, basically. Mozilla, he's still trying to get the kinks in together.
Yeah, he's just finishing up all of the kinks because he's putting together some more artists also.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there like a certain number of artists he's trying to get up to, or is it just like he's just trying to get dope artists and just dope artists?
Yep.
And that's just it?
Yep. Yeah. He has been in the company of some of the greats like Jay-Z, just to name one. I think he said that he's even been around Meek before he had even, you know, before he was big and stuff. So he's always been in the background, but he didn't really get his hands into it, you know, because he's seen how like they were doing the artists because he was a writer, and he just wanted to go ahead and get his hands in on it so that he can actually, you know, manage, because that's really where his strong point is. So yeah, and here we are here now.
Yeah, all right, that's cool. It's good to have like friends within the industry. We're not really in the industry, but just like trying to come up in this game, dude. It's just like, you know, like my middle name is Dolake because I'm African, and it means one can't make it on his own. You know, it's just like that's just. I feel like that. I feel like with rap and music in general, it pretty much brings us closer to the people that we need to be around and
Yes,
everything. You know, like it's just like I had a friend in college who literally like put me with his label that he's still trying to grow called the Journey Entertainment and everything.
okay,
And he didn't try to X me out or nothing. You know, it's just like
yeah,
but it's just like just trying to put me on. Me trying to put my music on, everybody support each other, push each other forward. I feel like that's what hip hop should be at its basic.
yeah.
You know.
Yes, and that's what I like to shoot for too, because that's the only way to actually grow and to get out there. And that's a special thing that I say that I have about me is once you're in my corner, there's no way of you leaving it, unless something catastrophic happens, because I consider myself to be a loyal person, so if we cool, I'm gonna be promoting you. I'm gonna be pushing you. I'll be liking your stuff. That's just how it should be. Because the culture needs to. I think we're on a steady comeback now.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see it. To be honest, like because like the decade still pretty fresh, even though we're moving on to 2023 and
Yeah,
stuff of that nature, and we still got 7 more years left of good music that could definitely come out.
yeah,
And like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, I think this might be the decade. A lot of them are gonna kind of like put it up now and
yes,
everything. So there's going to be a lot of room for a lot of artists to kind of move up and just kind of fill in like a lot of empty spaces, you know.
exactly.
And I feel like we really come up in a time where it's just like anybody can really make it now.
Pretty
And
much. Yeah,
I know people like seem to like the shit on Coil Ray or Ice Spice.
yeah.
Oh, they're only up there because they look a certain way or because
Hmm.
their industry.
Hmm.
And it's like no, I don't really see it as that. They just had a good brand. They had a good following that came behind them. Some people like them, some people don't,
Exactly.
and everything. But it's just like I feel like there's more space. Like, there's more legroom where you can really just be yourself.
Oh
And
yeah.
really have people like follow behind. It's just like okay, I really like how this person carries himself. I like how he says this, or he's like a very dope lyricist. You can really follow that.
Yeah.
Corday has his group. Some people don't like Corday. I think he's dope and everything.
Yeah.
Some people like Freddie Gibbs. Some people never heard of Freddie Gibbs. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Some people be like Griselda. I can't relate to that. It's like some people are just like, oh no, they're just too dope. Like, how can I resist that?
Yeah, see, and that's actually funny because my manager actually is familiar with those boys because he grew up in Buffalo also.
Mm,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely a household name.
No,
But yeah,
for real, man. Yeah, Griselda, yeah, seriously. And it's like, I don't want to say they came out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure they've been doing this for a
I know,
while.
right?
Just getting
Yeah,
into the mainstream, it just kind of took a while. But that was like kind of, I feel like the same case with Killer Mike. Like Killer Mike
yeah,
was on Outcast and all sorts of things, but I feel like he didn't really catch his stride until he was doing Run the Jewels and it became
I
market.
know. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah. Oh, somebody else that I know from Buffalo. Her name is Michelle Visa, Visa. She's a dope female artist too. So yeah,
oh, okay, that's
definitely
cool. And what
check her
was
out.
she's still building a fan base for herself, or is it just kind of like
I
what
think she basically has it. She's just promoting even more. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that's cool. That's actually that's damn all right, man. For real, it's just like to know so many people are still on the rise and everything, and then getting on with this whole podcast situation. The beautiful thing about it is I get to connect with so many different artists from all over the country without even having to leave like my room,
I know,
basically.
right?
So it's just like it's just crazy what a time we live in. We live in such a miraculous time. We
Yeah.
connect with so many people. You got instrumental. I have so many beats on my laptop in my email just from the beat packs and everything. Like, oh yeah, you want a beat pack, $17, 50 beats right there. And it
Yeah,
just
that's
be like, man, they got me set for the next project for a whole decade, man. If I just and I have so many beats I don't even know what to do with, but it's just like it's just good to have that security. It's like, okay, like the sky is the limit type. And I feel like
exactly.
that's the beautiful thing about hip hop as a whole. Who would you say is your main influences, Mr. Koji?
Uh, you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this without any regret, because he took me through the most difficult times when I was coming up, because I like I was in between. Let me see. I want to say I was in between depression and having fun at around the high school age. about like 15 18. So the one that brought me through was Lil Wayne.
It's not bad. Why did you feel like you get held against for that? Lil Wayne's a dope artist.
Yeah. So
Lil Wayne is too dope of an artist.
Yes. Yeah. What I liked about him is that he had something new out almost like every freaking day. I mean, it wasn't hard to find him, you know what I'm saying? And he was so dope. Like, that's what actually started me to writing more creative, because I'm like, geez, like if he's doing this and he's been doing this since the 90s, geez.
Yeah, seriously, I feel like I was at my most creative when Wayne was on, to be honest, when he was like top. Because I feel like when I was writing, I was trying to be as creative as I could and everything.
Yeah.
But Lil Wayne would drop a verse like
I know, right?
I took your dictionary, got away with words or some shit like you're more confused than a boy ladybug. You didn't say that I was in those short but shorty stuff, but it's like just stuff like that. It was so smooth what he said with a lot of the lines that he said. So it's just like Lil Wayne's just too dope.
It was out of control, man. I mean, giving respect to everyone else too. I want to say the other ones that had actually started me into what they call the cheetah flow is Ludacris and Busta Rhymes.
Oh, okay.
That was actually pushing me along with Eminem too. So I had a mix of all of them where I was trying to write. And that actually is how and why I switch my flows in between verses and stuff too, because I'm really trying to be just as versatile as all of them too. So yeah.
Oh yeah, surely you'll do so. Another person to really study is Hobson too. Hobson is definitely worth a check. You try to like study how to switch up so many flows because he makes it. It's just I feel like he's like the king of it to me. I feel like in my case, because I know he's influenced by Eminem himself, Hobson and everything. But I just feel like at the same token, I feel like he has his own stride and just like like he's really good at like switching up the flows. He rap really really fast and just like kind of switch it up the tempo at like almost effortlessly.
Exactly.
So it's definitely something you have to really like. I love studying other artists, man, because it's like you really want to get a traction in this game. You got to study. You got to know like what to do and what not.
Yep. And then that had got me into my little singing voice, is Drake. Because Drake, he's been killing it for a long time now. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and try that out.
No, seriously, Drake is no problem studying Drake neither, man. Like seriously, like I've been listening to a lot of Drake and his own stuff because I want to be able to drop more R&B type the following year too. I'm trying to drop 50 songs this upcoming year. It's nice. Just that's what I'm trying to shoot for. And then everything, I dropped 12 songs in 2021. I wasn't able to drop any songs this year because a whole lot of financial crisis and just this year's so tough for me.
Oh, yeah, we haven't had them. Oh yeah. I barely managed to squeeze out this project here, but I was able to get it done though.
Lucky, I don't want to say lucky you, but like kudos on you, man. Like seriously, being able to keep on top of that. I don't use the term lucky because it's all hard work and everything, but it's just like man. It's just I just feel like 50 is just that number I have to hit. I was supposed to drop 50 songs this year. That was what I was shooting with, shooting for. That. But it's just like once I got my mind set on something like the 150th episode, that's you and everything, and I managed to actually get it up to hit that stride before the end of the year. So it's just like it just showcases that once you really got your mind set on something, that's just all I'm focused on. Like I'm too stubborn.
Exactly, yeah, because nobody's gonna do it but you. So trust me, I understand.
You're only in your 20s once, you're only young once, let me take this time to really invest in my dreams and stuff like that. I don't want to bullshit anything. It's not about getting famous or doing it. It's about really just doing what you can to really to say, okay, I did it. You know what I mean? Regardless, I still did it. I still did everything I needed to do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, that's actually what my manager told me. He actually told me when it stops being fun, that's when you should kind of, rethink like on what you're doing, because it should be fun.
So, sure. Fun is good and everything, but it's like even with this thing, it can get really serious real quick. Like some people, a lot of artists end up getting killed early and everything, or passing away from drug overdose and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
We can definitely save that whole function for the next part and everything. We only got 8 minutes left in this
I got
recording.
you. Yeah.
But it's like, it's just stuff like that. I know it's just like I just said I was gonna drop about 50 songs in next year. What are your goals for next year in regards to this music thing? You're gonna drop another dope project? Like what you got? You're gonna work more with the dawn?
Yeah, so definitely going to be doing some more EPs. They'll be a little bit shorter. But yeah, the next full project will actually be an actual full album. Definitely want to be working on that at the beginning of the year. But one of my goals, I actually want to be getting some more music videos out. I had managed to do a few last year, and in 2020 I had a lot of fun there. That actually got me in with a lot of car groups that I have or that I personally know. I have a drift team called Monster Inc. Shout out to those boys. Make sure that you follow them at Monster Inc. Lee Bird, he runs that whole show. Mopar Outlaws, they had did a music video with me. They have any Mopar you could possibly imagine. So I've been definitely getting more into the car game. So the music videos, it's not going to be as hard as it might have been just because, I have, friends. But I definitely want to make sure that I get some nice quality videos out. And I met a nice camera crew too. They're called JD Visuals. They actually put together my video target practice. You should definitely check out that one. I'll send you that link. That's on YouTube now. That has brought in over 6K views.
Oh dang, that's cool. So you're already building a fan base already. Wait, how old are you? Just checking in.
Yeah, I just turned 30 this year.
Okay, that's cool. You still got time for real, man. No,
Yeah.
seriously, like 30. That's a dope age, like for real. And it's like you seem to be like pretty much experienced and hardened from a lot of it, also.
Yeah.
So definitely don't want to slip up for sure. Like it's like I definitely that's one thing I want to really tap in with people that can shoot music videos next year. That's why I want to go on and drop as many songs as possible because like it's not a matter of just like so there could be more things to choose from. So if there's one song, it's like okay, I'm not feeling that song for a video. This song will work, or I'm not feeling this one. This one will work. So it's just a whole lot of getting organized. Like I just found I'm thinking about leaving DistroKid and trying to head with another distribution service called a Distro Freak.
Not gonna lie, I've been thinking about that too. I mean, I'm gonna continue to use them, until. But that was a small reason why I wanted to put my full mixtape on YouTube. Because I just wanted everyone to have the option just to go to that link, not have to pay for anything. If I know that times have been hard. So if you couldn't pay for a subscription, no problem. Just go on YouTube. So yeah.
That's why
I was
stick with the SoundCloud.
Yeah.
That's why I stick with SoundCloud for sure right now because it's easier to send the link out and everything. But I definitely want to tap in with Distro Freak, and I feel like you should definitely consider it too. Distro Freak, I'm gonna send you like their information. It's actually connected to Crowd Freak, which is an organization that helps develop artists. And since you're already pretty much a developed artist, anyways, it will be a breeze for you. But anyway, they hook up artists with opportunities to perform at music festivals in Detroit and everything.
That's the next step. Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. And they'll fly you out and get your hotel set up. Really.
Got you. See, so along with what I'm going to be doing, like how I told you before with the music videos and the project, I'm actually going to be seeing what I have to do to get some shows lined up. So yeah,
you can definitely. What you should do is just start local for right now and everything, just to kind of get a feel for it and everything. Since you're already dope anyway, it's just mostly just you could be able. The more you do it and the more you're familiar with that setting, then you can be able to like level up and then you can just go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just like I don't want to sound like because what do I know? Like I'm still trying to get through, but it's just like, but at the same time, it's just like that's why I try to push people to go with the whole Distro Freak initiative because you can release your projects through Distro Freak. They drop it on all distribution services, and then they'll look through and then add your music to playlists so you can get more eyes to your product. And you're already a dope artist, so it will carry you a lot better. Plus Detroit, I feel like Detroit is better to lock in with because that's the home of D12, that's home of Eminem, and everything. But also it's just like Michigan rappers, they like to be themselves. Like I know they're probably competitive over there, but they be dropping the hardest stuff while also kind of being funny too. I feel like that's the best place to really grow and like as an artist. Like
I
LA
can
good for the clout, New York's good for the honor, LA's good for the history too. But at the same time, I feel like Detroit, like especially now that they're growing service and everything, I feel like that's what you want to get tapped in with if you're growing as an artist.
Didn't Big Sean come from out of there too, right?
Yeah, Big Sean's a dope artist, and people shit on the dude. Like, bro, dude's crazy good. That's one of my influences right there. Right there. Yeah, for real. We could go on and on about this for a while. Since we're about like 2 minutes left, I want to be able to just end the recording, and then we can just hop on for part 2 and everything. We'll just all right, cool.
Sounds good.
Stop right for it. 1. Yes. Okay. This is part 2 of the 150th episode of the Mental Threads podcast and stuff of that nature. Yeah, we're back on with COJI. So like right now you live like in Florida, correct?
Yes. Right now I'm back home in Florida. Yes.
Oh, and like just like so like what part? Are you like down south or you live in Jacksonville or something like that? What's up?
Yeah, so I'm closer to the trying to see closer to the space center, if that's a place. Central Florida, like the Orlando area.
Oh, middle Florida. So not close to like Miami, just kind of closer to Mickey Mouse Land and all that Disney World. Okay. I don't know why I say Mickey Mouse Land.
Yeah.
Would there be a place called Mickey Mouse Land?
They might have one. They definitely have the Universal Studios too.
Oh yeah, definitely need to touch base down there for real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is so crazy. Right now, I'm sending you the pages of Crowd Freak and Distro Freak and everything. You could definitely check in with them some other time and everything. But they have so many different festivals that they work with. They work with a festival called Backwoods and Bonfires or something like that. What's it called? Backwoods? Backwoods and Bonfires. They got a 420 Fest. I'm pretty sure you know what that alludes to. Yeah, and they got Henny and hamburgers.
Oh, that sounds good.
That would be a dope. But anyway, just little mini music festivals. People just go there, get lit, and everything. It's a good step into just trying to like really get familiar with the crowd and like festival type settings and stuff of that nature. Get larger crowds, and everyone's just looking to have a good time and stuff. I haven't personally tapped in with them yet, but everybody I talk to that's an artist, I always try to like just show them a way because we all make it together. And I don't want to have to keep game from anybody else. I want to see everybody shine and grow and everything. You don't know like how this stuff can really change people's lives and everything. And I've never been discouraged like to see anybody else shine and anybody else grow. So definitely something to check in with going into the next year. I know I got the Distro Freak. I know you noticed like the logo is like a orange. Orange space.
I've seen them, but I never tapped in. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that now.
Yeah, sure. Definitely check in with them for sure. I mean, there's this one guy named Two Down and everything, and you wouldn't really expect he would have like a fan base. And I was kind of hoping to get him on the podcast. I could save that for next year and everything. But it's like really, like you said, like Crowd Freak really changed his life, like for real. And it's just like it's just he's a really dope artist and everything. Not really so much on the lyrical, but very much on the soulful. Like he makes it like kind of like a focus that way. He's just dope like that.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna like that.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Plus, they'll fly you out, man. Hotel, you can't say no to that. It's a little vacation in Detroit. Everything ain't nothing crazy about that. Especially if they can cover the expenses. Like I would say, definitely want to tap in with them, for sure.
Nobody's really doing that,
Oh yeah, most definitely. But outside of that, and stuff, what are some other interests do you have? Are you like an anime type dude? Like, what are you into?
Yeah, as far as anime I go is Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, that's been me for time now. I actually finally watched the last one, which was I think when he turned into not only the Super Saiyan God, but he went that all black and white mode. I forgot what it was called. Oh, Ultra Instinct. Yeah.
Yeah, Ultra Instinct. Yeah, Goku. I
Yeah,
need to see the new Dragon Ball Super movie. I know it was in theaters a while ago, but I missed it.
yeah, I think I know that one too. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's something else about me too, is I'm a big movie freak, man. I love watching movies. Um, if it don't have my favorite actor in it, I probably won't even go and see it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I
Okay,
am.
well, what if like it was a dope movie and it didn't have all your favorite actors and everything? Would you say you're more of like a mob, or gangster movies? Or like you into The Godfather, Goodfellas?
It's time for everything. I'll say that, but
Mm.
I do enjoy those too. I guess I enjoy more of the adventures, kind of like the sci-fi or the spy movies. You know.
Oh, so you're more like into 007?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I need to tap in with 007 and stuff of that nature because I feel like I feel like his character carried a certain suave, a certain
Yeah.
masculinity that I feel like
Exactly.
that's just something that you kind of want to implement into your own lifestyle. Like, dang, I wish I was that cool. Like, well, my 007 was Austin Powers, so it's just like,
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. No, Austin is like one of the first. So yeah, yeah. He definitely can get my vote too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that Austin Powers movie, them stuff was just, I don't know. As a kid, like you don't really pay attention to a whole lot, but it's just like Austin
Yeah.
Powers used to like have you cracking up. Like, it was such a big
Yeah.
blockbuster movie.
It was perfect, man. Jeez.
Yeah, definitely perfect. I wish they would have made just one more movie. I feel like they could definitely pull another movie out, just one
Yeah.
more,
Yeah. It
even
would
though
be nice.
people are
I
kind of
mean, I
old.
know, everybody, ages and stuff. So, you're gonna have to get over that part. But yeah.
Can you believe they're making another? They already made another Indiana Jones movie.
Dude, yes. And I actually might go see that. I actually might go see that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Were you a big Indiana Jones fan growing up, or just
Not so
whatever?
much, but like I said, if there's a certain actor in it that I respect, not even getting on what their personal lives are, just as an actor, I'm more than likely going to go and watch it.
Okay, well, that's cool. You in this? I know you mentioned sci-fi, so I know you're interested in Star Wars for sure, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not so much of the fan where I could tell you all of the episodes, but one of my favorite characters was General Grievous. I don't know why.
You have the whole robotic hands and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I mess with General Grievous. General Grievous is okay. Yeah, it's just like, cause I want to get into acting, especially one day. Sure.
Oh, nice.
If it was, if the universe would allow it, dude, and it's just like if I was just so good, and I caught on with the whole acting thing
Uh-huh.
pretty well. I would love to play like a descendant of Mace Windu. That would be amazing. Like if they,
Ooh,
that'd be so cool.
yeah. That might not be too hard to do. I have a friend of mine, actually one of my producers, he has a friend of his that was in the Black Panther.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah. So if you're trying to go for something like that, you just definitely want to lock in and tap in, and then it's not that hard, of course, once you have all the credentials that they might ask for.
Oh yeah, surely I know with Chadwick Boseman, we need a new Black Panther or something like that.
Yeah.
Although
If it,
I think it could be possible. Like
I
once you
know, right?
follow
I know, right?
to follow a certain narrative. I know he has a son now. Like if you watch the last, I know I don't want to be spoiler alert for anybody who
No,
hasn't
no,
watched.
no. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You already seen the yeah? Have you seen the new
Yes, I
Black Panther
have.
movie?
Yes, I have. Yes.
So it's like he has a son now.
Hmm.
But it's like yeah, man, it should. But that's gonna take a while for him to actually be the
Yeah.
Black Panther. But I feel like they could
Right.
have somebody kind of sit in that role for a while until then. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. I know they got M'Baku basically as the King of Wakanda right now, or acting
I
as
know. I
King of
know.
Wakanda, which is kind of unfortunate. I had to push that. I'd actually like him as a character. I think he's
I know,
great.
right?
But like seeing
Yeah.
him as like going from M'Baku being beaten in like the first movie, and then now
Yeah.
he's like the king. I feel like that's kind of cool. So, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like we still need a Black Panther. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they got that in the works. Marvel has been evolving. Oh my gosh, they've been evolving like crazy, man. They've come a long way. So
Yeah, no, for real. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, in the comics, there was actually a villain of Black Panther called the American Panther. and everything.
Oh
So if you ever had
wow.
time to actually look him up, I'm thinking if they could revamp that character, because like he didn't even have a secret identity. They didn't even reveal what his identity was
Yeah.
and everything. I don't know if you heard of that, but if they could revamp, because like Marvel likes to revamp things with the Skrulls, who are supposed to be the bad guys, and now they're the good guys for some weird reason.
Yep. Yep.
If they could really revamp that character and make him like a good guy, I'm thinking like maybe like in my head canon, I'm thinking like maybe he could follow a narrative of like if you watch a Falcon and Winter Soldier, how they had multiple.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I appreciated that one. Yes.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier they had all types of multiple Captain Americas after the original trying to make that one. So what if they just kept trying to make one, and it's just like instead of actually changing his powers for one, they actually changed his genetic makeup, where it's just like he can like have like a child that actually carried the gene of the power of a super soldier.
That would be cool.
And then
Yeah.
it's just like imagine like one of his descendant actually married into like with like one of those Wakandan sleeper spies and everything.
Okay.
So that way it can bridge the whole American side of things and the Wakandan side of things. And then their child could be the American Panther. And it's just a story of just him trying to reconnect with his roots of maybe from his sleeper spy mother or father that tried to keep that side of his like history from him, protect him. And then it's just like him trying to reconnect that. Yeah.
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 That would actually make for a nice scene. Yeah, that would. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna work something in. Maybe not like that, because they have their own way, but that would be a nice plot. So
yeah, no, seriously, like I'm thinking about. I need to write that down for sure. I'll be thinking about it. Like they could really go that direction because it's like that would be a good way to introduce Storm because like because it's like because T'Challa was supposed to be married to Storm, so it's just like but they couldn't because but he's with Nakia and everything. So what if they get this American Panther character to be like the love interest of this Storm to introduce the Storm, since Aurora Monroe is actually a child of like a Black American like photographer and an African goddess or whatever. That way they can have like more in common with like having that Black American side and that African mystique side also implanted in their history. So it's just stuff of that nature. I feel like there's more possibilities, like when you go with that,
yeah, of course.
So I think they could roll with that. Now I'm just giving all my ideas on the
I know,
podcast.
right?
I did that again with the book I'm trying to write too for another episode. It's just they had nothing to do with the episode. I'm just spilling all my beans.
Well, it's good because you hear them and then you have that much more of a challenge now to reinvent. Like what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, I feel like that's what hip hop does. Like when you become a writer, it's just so many possibilities with so many words that you layer it together. You just can't help but just put two and two together, like with everything, and then just kind of let it.
That's when it becomes easy.
I think it just bleeds into a lot of things. But anyway, with your interest in stuff like Dragon Ball Z, you're not too much of an anime fan. That's just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, not too much. Yeah. I'm still like I'm really into the whole car thing. Yeah, that's basically what my daily life involves. I like being around them. I like to, just sometimes if I have the opportunity, I might get a chance, to drive one. But yeah, mostly if I can be in that car realm, like how I said earlier, I have a group of friends called Monster Inc. I'm really a import type of guy, but I like all cars. Okay. So they have all of the Nissan Skylines over there, the GTs, the GT3s and stuff, the R35s, the R34s. Yeah, they have all those cars over there. Like it's just something about being around a powerful car. I don't know. It just takes me away from the issues and stuff that we already have. Going from day to day. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, seriously, yeah. The cars are pretty dope for real. Like when I think about cars, I'm thinking about like a little Mercedes Benz. Like not trying to be like like a sedan Mercedes. I rather get like the semi Mustang, like what's like in between the SUV and Mercedes. Like you know what I'm talking about. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah. I've actually owned quite a few luxury sport cars. I had a Kia Amante, which they consider to be the flagship of the luxury of the Kias.
Oh, okay.
I had a what was the other one? I had the Infinity Q45, the anniversary. That was a smooth riding car, man. You push that sports mode button, no lie. It was created for that anyway, but I could hang with the Mercedes, with the BMWs, and she was a 2000 year model. So
Mm.
I can only imagine what they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what car I'm starting to admire, like for some random reason, the Impalas, them old
Oh
Impalas,
yeah.
like them
Yeah, the
'90s type ones.
Impala.
I don't know what about them. They're just such like cool like sedan type cars. It's just like
That's
it's
actually
not.
one of my dream cars. I'm actually working on getting that one here soon. My '96 Impala SS. Yeah, that is one of my dream cars.
Yeah, Impalas are pretty nice. I
Very
definitely
nice.
want to get a good like Cadillac. I had a Cadillac at one point. I'm so stupid because like it was like I was starting out with luxury cars, bro, and I kept messing up. Like one car I got was like my first car was a Lincoln LS. I
Okay.
remember it was like a 2001 like Lincoln LS, and it was so comfortable, it was so nice.
Yeah.
But then it's like the chaining what's that thing
The
the
timing
engine.
belt.
Yeah, the timing chain. In this
Okay.
case, it was a timing chain. So
Okay.
timing belt,
Okay.
you just get it replaced, no problem.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
timing chain, you have to replace the whole thing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. It's
See,
just I
my
was
first
so.
car, it was the bubble Chevy. It had the suede seats, all
Mm,
blue. Oh my gosh, yo, that was one of the smoothest ride I ever had. First car ever. Um, I was actually fortunate that I was a what was it called? I was a mechanical technician at that point in time, for 2 years straight. So anything that broke on the car, I could fix. Worst case, if I couldn't fix, the senior guy at the shop, he could fix. So I basically took that with me as I kept getting cars. So yeah, if it's anything small, I could fix it. I could tell if a car is either out of fuel, which of course anybody can. A dead battery, starter. Yeah, it's certain things that the car will do where I just know now what the actual issue is, because you need fuel, you need spark, and you need air. So yeah.
yeah, man. No, seriously, you try to be more mindful. I'm just glad that right now I'm driving a Toyota Camry and everything. It's a 2010
Yeah.
Toyota Camry because those things last, man. I would trade it in. I would get like a much newer Toyota Camry and just leave it on that before I get anything luxury or anything. Like,
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Trust me, I understand. Because all of those I had, I didn't want to give them up. But when I gave them up, I actually went down to a four-cylinder Saab. I don't know if you've heard of the Saabs, Saab. It's a Switzerland car with a turbo on it.
oh, okay, but they still take regular gas, or you feed
Yeah.
it like some chocolate or something.
Well, yeah, because it had a turbo in it, it's best to feed it, the best fuel, you know.
Yeah, so you had to get diesel or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Diesel I'll probably stay away from, even though those are really strong engines.
Mm.
But yeah, if there's anything wrong with the air system, you're not going anywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, man. It's just like, man, it's just. I remember it's just I, like when I was in high school, all I wanted was a car, bro.
I
All
know,
I wanted
right?
was just a car, man. And now it's just like, it's like to know it's like I had a Lincoln, and then I crashed my Cadillac, and then I had to work, and
Yeah.
I've been keeping this Toyota Camry since I was 20 years old. I'm 24 going
Ooh.
25, so it's been a minute. I had this Cadillac. I mean, not
Hold
this
on
Cadillac,
to it, man.
this
Those
Toyota
cars never
Camry. This
die.
this this Toyota Camry got me carried through some hard times, man. I swear. Like it's just like it was so crazy because like my father was originally gonna give me that Cadillac like when I was in high
Yeah.
school, but he just had the car at his house for no reason in
Yeah.
Virginia, and he could have
Sounds
moved
like
it
my
down
dad.
to me, but he just thought like now I'm gonna just wait till like later, and I'm like, dude, just bring me the car. I
I
didn't get my
know.
license, man. It's just I was
Yeah,
feel like I was missing out on
man.
so much.
Man, he was driving the Buick LeSabre,
Yeah.
and my mom had a car from her dad, which was the Lincoln, but it was an older one, like the '90s or the like '80s, where it looked like a freaking house. No lie, I had to parallel park that back when parallel parking was actually in the actual, driver's, license thing or whatever. I had to parallel park that big car, man. That was crazy, but that ride was smooth though. So I trust me. I understand.
Yeah, man. Buicks are nice cars too, man.
Oh yeah.
Like them
Oh yeah.
Buicks are no joke, man. I know, like for instance, like if I think about like getting like a Buick, it'll probably like a Buick Verano or something like that. You know,
Okay.
yeah, those
Okay.
are pretty dope and everything.
Yep.
Or Buick LaCrosse, so yeah, Buick LaCrosses are
The
pretty like they
lacrosse is
just
it's a fan favorite. Yeah, a lot of people own those. Yeah,
yeah.
and the
I just feel like
Acuras are pretty nice too.
yeah, I just feel like once I reach a certain stage in my life, I definitely want to get like probably two, like let's say maybe like a Cadillac or a Buick or a Lincoln
Yep.
or something like that, or just like and then maybe get a Mercedes and then maybe like one of them SRT Dodge SRT, right? That's what they call Dodge
Yep.
SRTs.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I get
If I
like
get
one of
one of
those.
those, it's gonna have
Just
to be a wide body though. Got
yeah,
to be a wide body.
got to be a wide body, and it just for fun. I'll probably get like those fucking what you call them. Them Volkswagen vans, them so that people had in the 70s, like probably like
Oh,
yeah, them like little them ancient little cars, man.
dude,
Like
I'm in Florida. I see those every freaking where. Fluffy actually has a bunch of those too. Man, I
yeah,
see a bunch of those cars, man. I actually wonder how those cars ride. I'm
yeah,
gonna have to
no,
find somebody because, like I said, I'm connected to a lot of car people. I'm pretty sure somebody has one. I'm gonna have to take a ride in one of those.
yeah, no, seriously, man, I would ride stuff like that, like to the beach or something like that. It's
Yeah,
like if I
that's
lived in
really
Louisiana or something like that, New Orleans,
uh huh.
somewhere a little close to the coast,
Yeah,
or
yep,
maybe in
yep,
Florida or something. Like I would definitely like drive back across the beach maybe if I want to go surfing or something. Like maybe take the whole top off. Like
yeah,
that's how I envision like if I had to really roll, if I had the bread to really like enjoy stuff like that, like that's
yeah.
the kind of I'll definitely keep those for fun and maybe like design it, in a certain way. Like I'm thinking
See,
maybe,
but back to what we were saying, it's really good that you actually know a lot of different people and you're able to reach them with this podcast, because it's not necessarily what you have, it's about who you know.
mm,
So you could be doing that and not even have it. So yeah, I mean, it's all about who you know and where you at. Time will definitely show you, like where you should be at and stuff. But
yeah, no, seriously, like on God, like it's just like time will, and definitely I'll probably be looking back at this episode years from now, maybe 5 years from now, like
yeah.
wow, remember when me and Koji had this conversation about
Uh-huh.
cars and everything? It's a really cars are just I don't know. Like when I think about like just really like some lowriders and stuff, I be thinking about like the Chronic with Dr. Dre and everything, and just
Yeah.
like like in a let me ride song or like nothing but a G
Yeah.
thing video. Like it's just stuff like that. Like man, if I lived in LA and just for all the low riders and stuff, the only thing
Yeah.
I'd be kind of like iffy about those is like them leave you completely unguarded when people try to cap your ass. Everything try to do a drive by. It's like dang, like what do I just lean back or whatever? Do I just drive faster? Like how do I lose these folks? Like I don't know.
No, I hear you. I mean, if you ever had this on your bucket list, I can actually help you get this crossed off. If you do like skylines, I can definitely help you cross that one off your bucket list if you ever wanted to ride. So yeah.
Yeah, sure, most definitely. Talk about bucket list and everything. Like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years with this music thing?
So in 5 years, man, that's I'm actually glad you asked me that because I'm not a shy person. I don't mind being in the limelight. I don't mind being in front of a crowd. But at the same time, because I do have a family, I wouldn't want to be out too much. So I kind of see myself being a ghost writer type of deal, just popping out every now and then.
Mm. So you see yourself as being like a good ghostwriter for some artists,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Quentin Miller.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you are giving me a Quentin Miller type vibe. Just hoping that you don't get jumped by a Meek Mill's crew or something
I
like
know, right?
that at a
No,
shoe
no,
store.
no. Yeah, no, trust me. I pay attention, man. I pay attention. Um the game spitter, I'm gonna shoot you his link. He spits
Mm.
game on how artists should be moving and how, females should be moving in this day and age. I watch him a lot. So there's a guy named you ever heard of gosh, Hassan Campbell?
No. Could you describe what's he on?
Yeah,
What's he?
so basically he grew up with some of the notorious gang members on the blood side of things in New York. He came up in the Bronx. He's basically turned his life around in a way to where he wants better for the culture to kind of like reverse what he did, when he was, younger and he didn't know much. He spits a lot of game on, how, we should be moving too. So putting those two together, I've formed my own little way of how I actually move and how it's going to keep me, safe. So yeah, because now, yeah, things are really crazy now. So yeah, if I could just be a ghostwriter, I can just write, show up, pop up, pay me, shake on it, gone.
Yeah, being in the limelight, it really puts a target on your back, man. Especially with a lot of artists, man. We can go for a long list of artists that got have their lives taken. Very from I know Takeoff was one of the last people. Like actually, and Big Scar, I think, was another
Big
person.
Scar was the last one, yeah. So far, yeah, because I mean, yeah.
So far, like why is that even the term?
Yeah, about something I know, bro. I know, man. It's
Country
been too
singers
long.
can grow up to be 90 years old.
Thank you. I've seen it. We
But then
see
like
it.
hip hop
Yeah.
singers, we die so early, man. It's
Yeah.
just really really sad. You gotta
It
be
is,
like that.
man. Like I can't even like go live, because I know that I'm not that big, but just from you giving me the compliments that you did, about how dope I am. There's always somebody else that could think the total opposite and could be like, before he even becomes big, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even go live, you know what I'm saying? Like I just like post up a picture, and if I do share my location, I'm not even there. You feel me?
Yeah, man. No, seriously, man. I don't even want to share my location, period,
I
and
know.
everything. Like it's just at this point, man. You with PNB rocking get caught lacking a freaking IHOP. Like, dang, that's that
Yeah,
one even shouldn't even be happening. If it was Waffle House, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Waffle House. Yeah, you got to be on your
yeah.
P's and Q's. But IHOP, like, dang, that's a family establishment. Yeah,
Yes,
they
it
gonna
is.
shit up a Chuck E. Cheese next? Like, what's up, man? Like, what kind of
Oh,
nonsense is that?
man. But, yeah, might have to start walking around with armed guards, man. I don't know, but that's a lot of money too. So I don't know. Just
Yeah,
gonna have to
man.
do
One thing I
it.
definitely got to do this year, my bucket list for this upcoming year is definitely going to the shooting range for real.
Oh
But
yeah,
not like it's
see,
gonna matter, but at least like it's
yeah,
just to get that in hand, just in case, like to help save your life at the last minute. Because dude,
yeah, you definitely had that. Yeah, definitely.
definitely
Yeah,
want to have that. It's like why we gotta be at that point at this stage of this
I
whole hip
know.
hop thing. Like it's just like we're far removed from the '90s. We've lost so many people and everything, and it's just I don't feel like it's really more of a genre thing. It's really more of a systematic type of thing too.
Exactly. Yeah,
And it's just
that's
like it's
kind of
just
what's been going on. I mean, if you really look at it, not even getting political like at all, but just looking at just the facts, you don't hear a lot of, love in the music. You know what I'm saying? You just hear a lot of, hate you, you know, F this, you know what I'm saying? Shoot this, you know, that's mostly like what my project was about. It was a internal conflict that I was having within myself, dealing with how my old friends and my old family members, was I hate to even call them that, how they were like treating me and stuff, and I'm just trying to deal with it, but I'm not on that whole vibe where I want to harm anybody, but at the same time I'm going to protect me if I have to. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically like what my whole album is. It's just, well, my mixtape is. It was just about me having that internal conflict and just letting that other side come out. And that's why the title of the first one is "Let Them Know," because I was letting them know exactly how it is now.
yeah, no, seriously, man. I was feeling that project, man. It's definitely gonna be on the playlist. I definitely want to make a larger playlist with all the other artists I've tapped in with and through this podcast and everything because I've really interacted with a lot of dope artists. And I would love to have your music just in one playlist. So that's one of the reasons I need to knock it off my bucket list right after this. Because I'm gonna be marketing this podcast. And when I'm marketing this podcast, it's gonna be exposure to a lot of y'all too, y'all personalities
Yeah.
and stuff of that nature. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this person out. through the playlist, I'll look this guy up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
like
no, I feel that. Yeah.
it's not just me y'all helping. Y'all really kind of helping yourselves with it too, in
Yeah.
terms of just like really getting exposure. So it's like you're helping me help y'all in a sense. Like I'm working for y'all too in a sense.
Yep.
It's just like I'll try my damnedest to really get these interviews out there. It's not just music artists. There are all the people I've interviewed, like educators and stuff of that nature. And it's just like that's just the beauty of like this whole podcast thing. This all you've seen the logo right on my page.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have.
So you mess with the logo too.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know how you came up with it, man. Like it's completely custom.
The funny thing is, I have this app called PixArt, and I just saw that image on PixArt, the whole sewing of the flame thing, and I just turned it into a banner. I'm like, this would kind of make a cool podcast thing. Since then, I've just been on this whole podcast thing ever since, and I'm 150 episodes deep now, which is crazy.
Dude, congratulations again, man. That's awesome.
Hey, it's all y'all, man. It's not just me, man. Just like what my middle name states, one person can't make it alone, man.
Yeah,
it really took a whole lot of y'all taking time of y'all day to really hop on, like for me to get to this point, dude.
But it takes even more time to even manage it and actually get it together. So we can go back and forth.
Yeah, no, seriously. And if you want to consider doing your own podcast too, maybe you can probably interview local artists and everything, some of that nature. It's a good way to network too, because you can get a feel for everybody's personality, what their mindset looking like. Like getting into this whole music thing. I was kind of a little bit discouraged at first because it's just like people try to like break down my style, like, oh, this is like nursery rhyme rap and everything, blah blah blah. You can check out my mixtape. I'll send you a copy of my mixtape, and I got on my SoundCloud. You can check it out here. Like it's kind of like embarrassing on my end because it's like I listen to like, oh, I could have did better. I could have did better. Especially when I listen to songs like y'all, and I'm like, dang, like I ain't nothing like that. I need to work harder. But that's the thing. I always see it like, oh, I need to work harder when people like try to hate on your stuff and everything and try to like, bombard your character, do all sides of things.
No, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool.
But it's like most other artists, they're just chill. They just want to work. That's all they want to do. People rarely beef when you think about it. Who are the literal artists, like dedicated artists, and not here for the clout. They don't beef over dumb stuff.
Exactly, and that's the difference that I'm trying to find so that I can actually connect to those artists also. So this is a great step here.
Yeah, no, seriously, man. Like if you check other episodes of past artists, also, man, like we're all chilling, bro. Like I never I met some pretty dope people, man, like through this podcast. And it's just like I interview a lot of my other friends too. Like everyone I've interviewed on this podcast, it's just like, just people trying to make it or people have a different perspective, educated people, you know what I'm saying? And it's just there's something for everybody. It's not just artists. I've also interviewed police officers. Yeah, I did. And all we did was talk about hip hop and like also MMA and martial arts and stuff and mental health.
Yeah.
Dope episode. Officer McPherson. Definitely check it out. Like it's just he was like
I definitely will, man.
Yes, he's an officer that was just overlooking our HBCU at North Carolina Central University. So it's it's just stuff like that. You just realize that people are just people, Like
exactly. At the end of it, I mean that's it's so hard to break through all of the I guess through all of the BS, to actually get to that person because everything that we go through on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, I mean, you don't get to see what that person is until you can break past that. But then again, it's up to that person still to even let you get to know them in that way, So yeah, man.
Yeah, no, for real, man. That's great. So pretty much where you see yourself in 5 years, you just pretty much see yourself. You have children, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can hear them in the background. How many kids you got?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, 3 kids already?
Yeah.
Oh, are they already in school?
I'm good. Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay, well that's cool. That's great. What age were you when you had your first child?
Shit, I was 18.
Okay, 18. And how old were you had your last child?
Let me see. Last one. No, hold on. I was 20 when I had my first. Sorry. And then my last one was at about 26, about 25-ish.
26, 25. All right, cool. So it's been probably 4 years since you had the last. So your youngest child is 4 years old, and your eldest child is about 10.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. That's really really cool. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay, cool. Hold on. I think did I interview a Leo? I think I was interviewing a Leo just a while ago, but it's like he kind of flexed on the other half of the interview, so it's like it was whatever. Yeah, I'm an Aquarius and everything, so it's like
Okay, okay.
opposites, but it's just like
Yeah, they say that Leos, we can get along with pretty much anybody. That's what they say. I have that nature about me, so I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
yeah, that could really help you along this journey, man. 'Cause I don't think hip hop's gonna stay that way for a long. With people killing each other. I know it might be a hurdle, but I think this decade is really gonna disenfranchise that because we've lost so much
I
and
know.
everything. It's just kind of getting
In
tired
such a
now.
short
Just
period
make
of
music
time.
because you like it. Don't try to air people's out
That's
business. Don't be trying to
exactly what
disrespect nobody. You
Yeah,
know, the older I get, the more I realize that a lot of the issues people have randomly with you ain't has nothing to do with you, but has everything to do with whoever molested them or something.
exactly.
Because it's
Yep.
just, I mean, that's just kind of how I see it. Because there's no reason, bro. There's
Yep.
no reason for sure, man. But it's like, yeah, man, we've been speaking for a while and everything. Since we're getting close to the second half, to the end of the podcast episode and everything. My last episode for the season. I want to say thank you very much for hopping on
Yes,
and
sir.
stuff of that nature. Is there anything you want to let the people know before we go off in a little bit?
Oh yeah, just be sure to check out all my channels. I said I'm on SoundCloud. I'm also on Reverb Nation. I don't know if you ever heard about that. But
Yeah, ain't that
basically,
the one with the fans and stuff?
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. So basically you just type in my name, COJI, and just type in either, Reverb Nation or COJI SoundCloud, uh COJI, iHeart. I'm on all of those streaming platforms, but my most recent project is of course on YouTube. That link is in my Instagram account. So definitely be sure to check that out and leave all likes and comments there so I can
Okay.
help drive the algorithm more. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. That is great, man. I appreciate you again for hopping on, man. You really are a lifesaver, bro. 'Cause I was like, dang, I woke up this day, like, how am I gonna get the 150 episodes? Like this other dude just flexed on me. I ain't know what to do and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for making what was gonna be what I thought was impossible possible.
No
And I just
problem.
want to wish you and everybody for the Mental Death Podcast a happy new year.
Thank
2023 is
you.
upon us. Let it be a year full of abundance of wealth, abundance of love, abundance of opportunities and growth. Let it be a year of healing also. And that's
Yeah.
it for the Mental
Yeah.
Threads podcast. Last episode of the season finale, right there. We're sewn in and now we are sewing out.